Hello, we're back. Sorry for that. We got a tornado warning in portions of Bristow. Where is this? Oklahoma. We and a severe thunderstorm warning. Sorry, not severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm watch has been introduced for portions of southern Michigan and portions of northern Illinois and Indiana. We actually have a flash flood emergency. Oh, it looked like one, sorry. Not a flash flood emergency. That's a good thing. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of Valparaiso for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail. And just as we suspected, let's see if our line has started to develop yet. We've got thunderstorms, I do believe. It's not really coming together, this threat, as we thought it would, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, excuse me. There's a few thunderstorms, but this is definitely not I don't think we're quite there yet. There's a tornado warning for portions of Bristow, Oklahoma for yeah, we got a little. It's not really tight rotation, but we do have some broad rotation just northeast of Depew, and then does not look like anything is on the ground with this storm, which is a good thing for now, but that, as we all know, can change very quickly. We've got several hours to go with this severe weather threat. We'll see if they've updated the severe weather outlook. I highly doubt they have, but maybe they did a last minute update. I'm not sure. No, not yet. We still have the two hatched 10% risks areas, and then obviously the hatch risk does extend farther from the 5% as well as 10% zone. We have a Interesting. That's actually interesting to me. So they updated the wind risk and they put it in for Iowa, which is interesting to me because we're gonna have. Let me kind of explain this. We're gonna have two lines of thunderstorms, one here and then one here, kind of develop, and they're both gonna kind of move to the north. Move to the east, which is interesting to me. Why they don't have that? Why they? If you, I don't know if you see what I mean. I'll see if the severe weather risk is still in play. Yeah, that on the bottom right of your screen, you might be able to see that. Um, the I believe it's the second image. Yeah, the second image is the is the damaging wind threat, and for some reason they have it for portions, the most significant for portions of Iowa, southwestern portions of Wisconsin, um, and for portions of northern Missouri as well as southeastern portions of North Dakota and Kansas as well. And then obviously the hail threat is a significant threat as well, but I'm surprised they didn't extend that hatch risk of damaging winds down farther to the south. Because if you look at the future radar and multiple models, it's indicating um, that there's potential for two lines of thunderstorms to move through. And I think the most significant one is actually going to be the one in Springfield, just due to the fact that you have little um, higher wind shear. Um, but we're still watching this area here, this tornado watch, and it expires in 4 minutes, and things have just not come together. And I thought that might be a factor because if you take a look at the cloud cover, there's that can't be right. Let me try that again. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, see, the cloud cover is the problem. That's things aren't developing. This is what you would call a cap. Things just aren't kind of developing. Warm air isn't able to rise, which means we're not seeing as significant as a tornado threat as we thought we would see. Now, this is very common actually to happen. This happens in especially Maine. So speaking of Maine, Maine is under a winter weather advisory right now. Pretty much the entire state except for the coastline and for both the mid coast down East Maine as well as southern Maine. Um, which is rather we have thunderstorms that'll move basically from when cold fronts come through, they'll move from northwest to southeast, and they will get to about the Bangor line, and then they will start to fall apart, and it's because of cold air um, being driven off the shoreline. Some thunderstorms do get to them, do get to the coastline, but it's mostly for the mid coast and southern Maine. Now, we're not dealing with the same situation here, but what I'm saying is when you have cloud cover ahead of a cold front or warm front, and you're trying, let's say you have an area of low pressure, you have a warm front, and then you have a cold front. If there's cloud cover, you can't really get the warm air to rise. It needs more space, so you don't really get the development really. But there is this tiny spot where the thunderstorms are finding an area to kind of develop, and you can see it on the visible satellite. Um, you can see it on the visible satellite. It's found a few pockets of air, and I do think if this line can continue to move, things will start to develop a little bit more. The cloud cover is still there across portions of um, Missouri. I would think by now we would have some significant supercells, but we do not, which tells me that the cap is a problem. But we have decent we have some areas where there's less clouds. And then obviously down here there's a lot of cloud cover, but that's just because there's so much convection that's happening. The convection itself is creating the actual thunderstorms. But tornado warning is still in effect. Oh, I didn't even realize that. This one is also warned for $half sized hail, so make sure you're aware of that. This tornado warning, there's a few storm chasers on it. Ooh, that's not a good look. If you're in portions of Pulaski, Oklahoma, I would seek shelter immediately. We do look like we have a strong area of rotation. Oh, wrong thing. We have gate-to-gate shear of a close over 100 miles per hour. So that's an EF1 tornado potentially. I'm not saying there's an EF1 tornado on the ground, but there could be. It does not look like there is, but that is strong rotation nonetheless. So if you're in this area, I would seek shelter immediately. But based off of the severe weather outlook in the models, things are not really playing out as we thought they might have. So, which is quite interesting given the fact, well, actually, it's not really surprising because you have too much cloud cover to begin with. But things are not really developing very well. The HRRR model is popping up thunderstorms right now in Kansas areas, but we're not really getting going yet. And it is 6 o'clock, which means we should start seeing supercells develop, but we are not seeing that happen. And they would start developing right where the area of the 10% risk is. But we can continue to watch for the next couple of hours. But if nothing happens within the next couple of hours, I'm just going to quit the live stream because it does not look like we're seeing anything significant. The bow echoing segment does still look like it could happen. It does look like we're still going to have two lines of thunderstorms that move through both Kansas City and Springfield. And I do believe the Springfield one is going to be the more significant one. However, that's still to be told because we still don't really have any really good development, but that's beside the fact. That's always a good sign. But man, I don't think this thunderstorm is going to be able to do much with a tornado warning on it, because if you see all this out here, it's going to prevent it from really doing much. But the dew points are near around 60 degrees, which is just enough for severe weather. But they've issued a new severe weather discussion. Let me actually put this one up on the screen for you guys. We can kind of discuss this here. They have issued a new one. This one, I got it. So they're watching one spot in particular, which, yeah, they're watching one spot in particular. Let me get this up on the screen for you guys. So don't mind the other one I have on the bottom left of your screen. I've got a new discussion that we can talk about real quick. So here's the new discussion. So this is a mesoscale discussion just brought out by the SPC themselves, the Storm Prediction Center. They have a tornado risk of upwards of an EF1 to EF3 tornadoes that is basically going to be right in the bullseye spot between both Kansas and Missouri. And then 65 to 80 mile per hour damaging wind gusts are a possibility, and hail upwards of an inch and a half up to 2.5 inches in diameter, which is significant hail. But you do notice they do say up here, severe risk should gradually increase over the next few hours. The one particular thing that I'm seeing with this one is it is unlikely that they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch. I think they may actually issue a tornado watch, just given Let me see the latest HRR model and see what it's saying for the amount of um, STP or significant tornado parameter. I'm interested to see it actually. But nothing is really playing out like it was supposed to, which is a good thing. The significant tornado parameter, yeah, it's kind of right in that general area. Yeah, we may, I don't know. We're going into the nighttime hours, but back to that. Yeah, that's the latest mesoscale discussion that they've brought out as far as now. Um, you can see, yeah, all right. Let me just replace this with the old discussion real quick. That'll only take me a second. Give me 1 minute. All right, there we go. Get rid of that. All right. Oh, okay. So that's the latest mesoscale discussion. I gotta do something real quick, so I will be right back. I'm gonna mute my mic. Hold on. Alright, we're back. Alright, let's see if anything's gone crazy as when I was gone. Nope, still not. Oh, they've actually extended this tornado warning, and this tornado was actually getting that kind of hook echo look, which is not a good sign, obviously, and it has been observed. Give me 1 second. If you're in this warning, please seek shelter immediately. This is a tornado warning. We have multiple storm chasers on it. Again, you can go watch them on YouTube. It looks like Tornado Pagey and a bunch of other storm chasers are on it as well. And then I think Vince is his name is on it as well. Yeah, significant tornado on the ground in Hayburn area, and this is in Kent, Oklahoma. If you're in this warning, seek shelter immediately, whether it's the lowest part of your home or building. This is, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't see anything here. Maybe this little spark here. This thing right here. Uh, this little tiny area here. They obviously can see the tornado. I cannot. So I don't know if it's officially on the ground, but it looks to me like it was it dropped and then it went back up. So again, still remain in your safe place and seek shelter immediately, because this is still a significant, well, it doesn't look significant anymore, but a tornado has been observed, I would assume, by storm chasers, right? Yeah, weather spotters, basically the same thing. And then on top of that, be aware of half-dollar sized hail. So yeah. Well, as far as the severe weather event has gone so far, nothing really significant has really happened besides the one tornado emergency you had up in portions of southern Michigan. But thunderstorms are starting to develop now, and they're starting to get that strong. Okay, I think they're starting to get into the wind shear now and the dew points. We're starting to see some thunderstorms really start to pop off. I'm not so sure how they're going to do or how this is going to go, but we got several hours. This severe weather threat probably will not stop. It will totally not stop until, not even kidding you, probably, rough estimate here. This storm threat will likely not be over until Monday morning. That's how long this thing could go for. Multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Multiple. That's crazy. Yeah, I wonder if they've updated to the outlook. They've actually introduced another outlook for this has to be Sunday to Monday for portions of the southeast coastline, including Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. It looks to be just a 5% risk, or yeah, 5% risk. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be for. However, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, look at that. That's a classic sign. Classic hook echo in portions of Bristow. Um, oh my goodness. Look at that rotation. That's not good. This is in near Beloved. This is wind in excess of 30. Oh man, this ain't good. This could be as much as an 80-mile-per-hour tornado, which means it's just an EF1 tornado. I'm assuming this is just a little tiny one, but still significant. New warning just came out. Let's see what this one is. It must be, let's see where it is here. Interesting. I don't know what's going on with Radar Omega today. This could be the tornado potentially. I'm not sure. If that is, they are way too close to it, and they need to really back off. But, yep, stay in your shelter if you're in that thunder tornado warning. And we have another mesoscale discussion that just came out. This one is a tornado watch. Let's see what this one is all about. Oh, this one's not a good thing. This one, prepare your eyes. This one is a little nerve-wracking. This one is quite significant. Um, I'm not so sure I've seen this before. Here we go. Here's what we're dealing with. So, this is a something I haven't seen quite from the SPC quite ever. So a gradual uptick in convection is expected within the next hour or so. So you can see this hatched region. This is where growing cumulus in, initiation likely within the hour. So it's running a tad behind, but that's not good. And this is the part that's not good about it. In this zone here that they have marked out in the red, there's a potential for EF1 to EF4 tornadoes. That's correct. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that is close to EF4 tornado. Hail in excess of an inch and a half to 2.5 inches in diameter and 55 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So yeah, this one is definitely a significant mesoscale discussion. And yeah, so that's not a good thing. We're gonna have to watch that area in particular. So things could start getting going sooner rather than later within the next hour or so. But yeah, I'll keep that one there. Um, friendly reminder, make sure to like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers. We are 14 subscribers shy. We'll see if anything pops off here. I don't think there's going to be anything that really pops off here that's going to be incredibly significant besides this one tornado here. Because there's just too much convection. There's just way too much. But we have all of this to go. This line of thunderstorms is going to make it all the way across, which is going to take a good 24 to 48 hours. So prepare for a kind of long period of severe weather here. Oh, first lightning strike. Look at that. A little bit of hail in that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that one got warned for some hail. This one looks like it's kind of just not really doing much. But only tornado warning, which this is a good thing for now. Let's see if this, yeah, wow. You can see that rotation in there too. Nothing on the correlation coefficient, which tells me there's likely nothing on the ground, but there still could be, but you can still kind of see that hook echo. Anyways. While we're waiting for things to really get going, we're going to go through the next week. So the GFS model is indicating the potential for a significant ice storm in the Northeast. There is at least a potential for that, a long stretch of, and then a very powerful system moving into the Northeast for Monday, the 17th, Tuesday the 17th, excuse me, with wind gusts. Oh boy, this is going to be intense. I already know it. Wind gusts upwards of 65 to 70 miles per hour in Maine, which is, we're quite used to that, just not in the spring. But there could be some significant icing with that event. And then it looks like winter's not really going to be done yet. So, yeah. European model just did come out. We'll see what this thing thinks. The European model is, the GFS has been more consistent with the ice storm for the Northeast, but the latest model has the area of low pressure in the Northeast a little bit too far north to be an ice storm. But, wow. Let's see, I think it's coming back. The GFS, yeah, I think that might be coming back. But I'll take a look at the ensembles. We just had another warning come through. I did hear that. Has this tornado one been expanded? And they've dropped it to quarter-sized hail, I believe. Um, Still nothing, but we gotta watch this area here. Convection is starting to happen here. Here we go. Right here. Boom. There's a little bit of hail in that one. And then down here as well, little special weather statement polygon. But man. Okay. Let's see what the EPS shows. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm looking at the ensembles. If you don't, yeah, they're definitely not in agreement. Um, but there is a potential for an ice storm in the Northeast. Let me just do a little discussion about this. It would be next Tuesday into Wednesday. So we can have two tracks here. So um, we can have a track that goes kind of like this, which would provide icing in this area, and it would be significant. Or we can have the low pressure system kind of go kind of like this and bring onshore winds. Not significant winds, but gusty winds, but it would be more of a ice threat for the northern half of Maine and more of a rain threat for the southern half of Maine. But we're watching that. I'll show you what I mean. The GFS model, you'll see what I mean. Let me let me see here. All right. Here's what the GFS model is thinking. Wait for this to load. All right, here comes the GFS model. There's the storm I'm talking about with significant icing. The area of low pressure is actually kind of right where this is actually, or a little bit, maybe a little bit farther south. I don't know. And then it extends a warm front crossed, and it kind of just rides this boundary or the jet stream. And there's this little tiny spot in here of freezing rain with a ton of sleet as well. But just wait until I show you the freezing rain accumulation. It's quite insane. And maybe a little bit too extreme. Here is the icing. This is through the 12th. Look at this. Okay, so that's not right. What? There we go. That's still not right. Um, hmm. Is it because it's the 18Z? Well, let's take a look at the 12Z. Maybe that's the right one. I don't know. It was showing a significant ice storm. No. And we have more warnings going on. Just, I don't see anything here. New severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for parts of Red Oak. We'll take a look at that in just a second. I'm just trying to show you this. The GFS model's not showing it, but they're in here. Right in here, there will be a little spot of freezing rain, and I'll show you what I mean with the GFS model. All right, let's see if it comes out better this time. With a long area of sleet and freezing rain. All right, let me show you what I mean. Yeah, I don't know what it was doing on that. Here's a little preview. This is what the GFS is showing on the 18Z for icing across the Northeast. this would be on Tuesday into Wednesday. Look at this. Wrong image. Let me try this again. All right, here we go. Here's the image for Tuesday into Wednesday. See that? That's yeah. Upwards of 3/10 of an inch to 6/10 of an inch of ice accretion is a possibility on Monday to Tuesday, and it would have to take the right pattern too. So this is not right. I don't know what's going on with Radar Omega, but this is saying only up to like 2/10 of an inch of ice accretion. Don't know why it's saying that, because that's definitely not what you see there. So, but I'll have to take a look at other models that suggest the same thing. But back to the weather. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for portions of Red Oak. Where is this? I think this is in, it looks like Iowa. For 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. It's got a nice little hail core there. I do agree. Nice little hail core. Come on. I don't know what's going on with Radar Omega today. This is just a wow. And then we get another hailstorm down here in what town is this? Stroud. Ton. Wow. Now, for the ice storm to occur, it'd have to take a very specific track. Kind of, it would have to, oh, never mind. It's Wednesday into Thursday. The interesting part is the European model is not showing it. The European model continues to go the northern track, but what's interesting about that is the GFS was right about the track of the blizzard. Yeah, I know the blizzard was crazy. But there was one run in particular that did actually show the ice storm almost, and it is the 0Z of earlier today. It kind of agreed with the GFS model, but not really. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at other models to really nail down it. But um, we are on board for another windstorm across the Northeast come the 17th, unfortunately. And it does look like it could be a significant one. Let me take a look at other models real quick to see what they think. I don't know. It's a tricky forecast. I am going more with the European model for the ice potential, which is not what I want to see, but things can obviously change. I'll look at one other model to see if I get any disagreement, and I do not. I'm going more with the European model for the ice storm, so the ice would likely be in Canada rather than Maine. But the GFS could be right. You never know. There is one model, actually. That's interesting. The European AIFS model is actually going with more of a southerly track, which if that does happen, you're going to end up with an ice storm in the Northeast, unfortunately. But things can change. And then the one model I don't usually look at for this sort of thing is also predicting the same thing. So we either get a windstorm in Maine or we get an ice storm. It's either one. But winter is not done. Canadian model, let me see here. Okay. If we get, there's still like a bunch of days to go. But if we get more of a, again, if we get a track like this, low pressure's here. If we get a track like this, boom, this is an ice storm for the Northeast, and it would be an ice event for pretty much this area. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, I don't know which way you want to put it, it would be going this way with the European model, which means it would put the icing up here, right against the warm front. But again, we can have two storm tracks. It either goes like that, it goes like this, or it goes flat like this. I think this one is more likely. Unfortunately, even though I do want an ice storm, I've never really seen one. But looking at everything from right now, it's not looking promising. But I did take a look at the European AIFS earlier today for the actual area. It looks to me, that's interesting, because the European AIFS model even goes with the GFS model in kind of a slip and slide, and it shows more of an ice storm for the Northeast, which is a possibility. And I wonder if there's any wind with this. Even that, even a little bit of wind is enough to create issues. But the GFS model is tend to go south with the GFS model always has a tendency to go south with things, so that kind of has me thinking this is not going to be a significant icing event. But it all depends on where it lines up. That's where it depends. But the GFS model's been calling for an ice event for multiple runs now. It has shifted a bit farther north, which I want that shift just to be a sliver farther north than it is right now. But it's pretty much in the exact position that you would want it for an ice storm along the I-95 corridor. The GFS model has gone south. With a lot of sleet. How much sleet would that be? Jeez. Do they even have a thing for sleet? I have no idea. But it would be a significant snowstorm for the Northeast. A significant snowstorm for the Northeast. Wow. But we'll have to continue to watch it for shifts in the original path. Because even the European model is all over the place with it. The European model has no clue. But I don't think winter's done yet. Back to the radar. All right, another special weather statement. Oh my lord, look at that. Near Red Oak, what a hailstorm. What is this warned for? Jeez, golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This one is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, which means that it is a lot of hail and it is large hail. Well, look at this. This is interesting to me. A cold front in the area that's supposed to be receiving winter weather. That's funny. And there's even hail. Oh, a severe thunderstorm warning was issued outside of the box. I think we're starting to get going now. But, hmm. Hmm. Well, I wonder what the. Ooh, I don't know. That's close. Hmm. Another severe warning, I believe. Oh, yep, right here. Coffeeville under severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. This one is also in just this extreme southern half of Kansas. All right. Interesting. The latest European AI model has come south with the potential winter storm for the Northeast on Thursday of next week. Interesting. But the GFS thinks it's going to go south. Wonder what the GFS has for. Hmm. Things are starting to get going now. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so we have a new tornado warning. I hear it. Where is it? New tornado warning near Tulsa, Oklahoma. Same tornado that's been going on for a while now. Uh, eh, kind of broad rotation. Nothing there. This is, yeah. Um, okay. Now we're getting things going. Things are starting to, yeah. I'd say right now, between the hours of where we are right now and um the hours of right now and about 10 p.m. is going to be the worst of it. I think for the tornado potential, we're starting to see supercells develop along this line. Right as they said they would within the next hour or so. We're starting to see them develop. Now it's just, do we get an actual tornado warning, or do we get any tornadoes out of this situation? All right, another tornado warning has just been issued for parts of uh, Cromwell, Texas. Oh yeah, look at that. That's not good. There's your debris ball. That indicates a tornado's on the ground. We have strong rotation. Strong rotation. Mm, is this confirmed? No. But we do now have a tornado warning, which means you need to seek shelter immediately if you are in this warning. This warning is near Cromwell, Oklahoma. And then we have another tornado warning near Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, interesting. They have a mesoscale discussion out for some heavy snow, possibly. Or let's see what's going on back here. Yeah, that's some heavy snow. Let's see here. That's coming down at a pretty good clip. Wonder if... Alright, another tornado warning has just been issued. I'm not sure where it is. Yep, right here. New tornado warning has just been issued for Boley, Oklahoma. If you're in this warning, seek shelter immediately, whether that is the lowest part of your home or building. This one does have a... Here's your hook. It's got a bowling... There's your tornado would be right in here. And it does look like you have rotation. The rotation is kind of broadening out now, which is a good sign. But the environment that you're in, don't count on that forever. Now we're starting to see things get going. Alright, another warning. Where? That's interesting. I don't really see where. Another warning just went off. What a hailer in near Joplin. Oh, Joplin is a history maker for the books. They had a significant tornado a long time ago. Hopefully this doesn't do anything. But you're in that area. I think you're going to see more of damaging wind threat rather than a tornado threat, but there is the threshold for tornadoes as well. I would say you have a higher potential of seeing damaging winds than you do tornado. But things are getting going now as we thought they would. What a hook. Wow. What a storm. What a hook. Wow. We could have potentially upwards of 60 to 70 mile per hour winds near Lefko Hill. That is insane. Potentially 60 mile per hour winds. Very strong supercell right there. New severe thunderstorm warning in effect for near Geneva, Kansas, or Oklahoma. Yeah, Kansas. Nice little line of thunderstorms working through portions of the Great Lakes region right now. I'd see a bow echoing segment, I think. This near Palvaton, I wonder if you're getting any significant damaging winds. Ah, nice little line moving through. You got a gust front of around 30 to 45 miles per hour wind, so expect maybe some isolated outages. I think the greatest power outage risk tonight is going to be in the area that we expect severe weather. Things are just getting going. Things should ramp up here. Look at this. The supercells are just popping off. Alright, new tornado warning, or somewhere. New severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Red Oak. This one was the one that I was concerned for hail. This one has been warned for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Oh, that's going to be greater than quarter-sized hail. There's no way that's not more than just quarter-sized hail. Alright, we're starting to get all this development. This is, oh, new severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Friend, Kansas. This is for this incoming thunderstorm from your south and west. Come on. There we go. Cluster of thunderstorms right here. There. Moving to your south, moving to your north and east. The supercells are starting to develop. Now let's see if we can get some spin. This is what we were waiting for. We're starting to get development along the line. Huh, there's just this random severe thunderstorm warning up in Lansing, Michigan. Interesting. It's got some hail with it, though. I'll tell you that. It's got some hail. They just issued a mesoscale discussion here. This was just issued. Oh, never mind. It's been issued for a while. Oh, we get another hook. Oh yeah, right there. Little bit of broad rotation here starting to form near just to the west of Sapulpa. I don't know how to pronounce that very well. We're starting to get better rotation here near Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yep, this thing is really starting to get. This is the type of storm that you want to seek shelter right now. Go to the lowest flow. You're gonna want to go to a tornado shelter for this kind of storm. This is the kind of storm that will produce a damaging tornado and a significant tornado. Keep an eye on this one. We hope this one fades out, but this is looking like a very significant storm. Very. And I will not be surprised if we see some debris on the radar here soon. This is the kind of storm that's going to produce a major tornado. Look at that supercell. Unbelievable. Wow. Look at that thing just spin. You've got probably stratus clouds, and then you've got the base of the thunderstorm. Wow. You've got plenty of inflow, too. This thing could go crazy. That's an impressive thunderstorm. I want to see this thing on actual impressive thunderstorm. Very impressive. Impressive supercell. Okay, another warning. Give me just a second. It's just spinning. That's just wild. It's just spinning. Look at this thing spin. I mean, just look at it. Dang. Look at that thing spin. Alright, we're getting going now. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm just mind blown by this one. It just formed, this is how fast things can, oh. Okay, I thought that was a new tornado warning. Look at that thing just spin. Wow. Well, I can't show you guys this, but let me turn off my screen for a second. I'm going to take a look at the supercell myself.
The ISP now working. Yeah.
Alright, we have no footage of the supercell I did not find any footage, but we're going to find footage. I want to see the supercell. Look at that. That's incredible. Look at this. You got the original hook, and then you just got the string. That is impressive. Wow. Look at that. That's crazy. This is going to be I think this one has potential to produce a violent tornado, unfortunately. That's impressive. Look at the winds on this thing. It is broad rotation, but my goodness is that, holy. And now it is observed. Seek shelter immediately if you're in this warning. If you are near Tulsa, Oklahoma, seek shelter immediately. This is a dangerous tornado on the ground now. That was fast. Dangerous tornado. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, you're getting rotation. Look at that. Unbelievable. The gust front has 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and the storm itself has 66-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Holy. That's crazy. Alright, I'm going to see if we can get some footage here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's see if we can get some footage. The warning signs are going off like crazy right now. Alright. Wow. Can't show that.
Thunderstorm that had popped up south of this storm, there east of
That
Seminole.
it's not the right one.
Northeast, so we'll have to see if that interacts with this storm from the south. Yeah.
So yeah, seek shelter immediately. There is a tornado on the ground, unfortunately. Alright, I'm not seeing anything here. Alright, we do have footage, but not where I want it. Holy. Alright, alright, let me put this, copy that link. We have footage of the, it's quite crazy out there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. This is a crazy look. Look at this. There you go. Wow. I don't know what happened to my screen. There we go. I'm looking for cameras right now. Where's this near? Trying to figure out where this is near. Let me just do this real quick. There's a live look in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tons of lightning with this storm. Tons. I don't know which side we're looking on with this storm, but tons of lightning. Tons. Incredible. This is an observed tornado. I don't think you're going to be able to see it because I think it's rain wrapped, but wow. There are some pretty intense winds going on with this storm. We have a strong rotation couplet here. I wonder if there's anything with debris here. Yep. Oh my God, that's not good. If you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, seek shelter immediately, whether that is lowest part of your home or building. There is a significant tornado on the ground. This could easily go PDS tornado 1, if not tornado emergency, very quickly. Oh my God. That's not good. Very large tornado on the ground. This could be as large as potentially as much as nearly 2 miles wide of a tornado. Seek shelter immediately if you're in this warning. This is a violent tornado that is on the ground potentially. A violent tornado. Unbelievable. This is the first one I've seen today that is violent. That is a huge debris signature. Massive. Just huge. Seek shelter immediately if you're in the storm. This is a dangerous, dangerous thunderstorm. Probably, wow, that's incredible. Hold on, one at a time. My goodness. Yep, it's been extended, and it's been extended into Olaga, What an impressive supercell. I cannot express that enough. That is a massive tornado. I'm wondering if we got anything. Okay, the camera's down. No surprise there. Oh, no, it's not. I don't know what's going on with my thing. There we go. Tons of lightning there. Let me move that camera just a little bit. My goodness. Alright, we are having reports coming in now of large hail here. Up to 1.5 to 1.7 inch sized hail. That is golf ball sized hail or larger. We also have another tornado warning down here near, where's this? Castle, Oklahoma. But this tornado, this observed, wow, what a supercell. That's insane. Wow. Oh my lord. There's a lot of warnings going on right now. Another severe thunderstorm warning for Carthage. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. There's also a tornado possible label on this one. So there is a tornado possibility with this storm as well. Let's see if it's trying to rotate any. It's trying to, but I don't know how successful it's going to be. Another warning. I don't know why it's just randomly going off. Severe thunderstorm warning near Sapulpa for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail, as well as a tornado possibility on this storm as well. Yeah, that's got that look. Keep an eye on this storm. There might even be some broad rotation on it already. Yeah, there's a little bit of broad rotation on this storm as well. If you're near, where's this near? Sand Springs, Oklahoma, seek shelter immediately. This looks to be, another thunderstorm trying to be tornadic. Yep, that's gonna get tornado warned soon, I would assume. But this supercell is just very impressive. I want to see this in 3D, honestly. How impressive is this supercell? Oh my god. Look how impressive that supercell is. Look at this. So you've got the hook itself, and then that's just impressive. Okay. And this area hasn't even had time yet, and it's getting going like crazy already. So there has been a tornado confirmation already. So that is 2 tornadoes so far. I'm going to take a look at the reports today because I'm sure there's more than that. There's got to be more than that. There's no way there's just, let's see, 7 tornado reports. I'm not saying there's 7 tornadoes, but there's been 7 reported tornadoes today, which will bump our number up to 7. Let me update the watches and warnings real quick. If my alarm system would stop going off. I think it's just going off nonstop at this point. They've just issued another mesoscale discussion for portions of the Great Lakes region. This is for a severe thunderstorm watch. This is probably just going to be for some damaging wind gusts along this line. Probably could even see you can see this how this tornado tracked. It kind of just went straight. One of the areas you weren't expecting it. But this supercell down here is impressive. Oh, there's also some small hail within this tornado, but that's kind of to be expected with really any thunderstorm. Look at this. This is insane. It's just spinning like crazy. It's like a miniature hurricane. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The rotation is getting tighter, which tells me we're about to have something insane happen. Yep. You're still on the ground. It's been on the ground for like a good couple of minutes now. Let's see how long this has been on the ground for. This is probably a wedge tornado too. Yeah, that's been on the ground for at least a solid, maybe quarter mile, possibly a half mile, something like that. But it's starting to fade now, but I have a funny feeling this is not going to fade because this, you can see it getting closer and closer. Something crazy is about to happen. Alright, is this... Yeah, something's about to happen, and I don't know what it is. New severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Seaward, where is this? Seaward, yes, North Dakota. For 50 mile per hour gusts, lime-sized hail that is 2 inches in diameter, so definitely stay indoors. If you can, I guess, go to your basement or away from windows, because that'll easily shatter windows. But here we go. We're getting more supercells to develop. I don't know how well they're going to be able to go, but we'll see. Tons of lightning with this supercell. Tons. This one looks like it wants to... This one is giving me that look. Yeah, there might be some... The gust front is probably pretty impressive. No, just 33 miles per hour, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. Not overly impressive, but that's still gusty nonetheless. This whole entire thing is lighting up like a Christmas tree. But this is impressive. What's the next scan? Yeah, that rotation's getting tighter, tighter and tighter, which is not a good thing. Okay, so there's basically no debris signature, which is a good thing right now. However, I think this one will be able to drop another tornado. Hopefully not, but I think it may be able to. We're still watching this storm down here as well. This one still looks like it's got a hook echo on it and everything like that. This is also warned for quarter-sized hail, so watch your head. Okay. What is alarm going off now? Okay, looking from a far distance, it's... Okay, the rotation is getting weaker now, which tells me this tornado just lifted. But, yeah, you can basically tell where the tornado is. It's kind of like right here. We do have some cameras in, Never mind. No, we don't. It is just getting started. And we got a long ways to go. Excuse me. Oh yeah, the watches and warnings. Sorry about that. Come on. Another warning? I don't know. 45. Jeez. Wow. That's gone up dramatically. 45 for watches and warnings for thunderstorms and stuff like that. And then 69 for winter. That's dropped just a tad. Let's see here. That's dropped just a tad. There you go. I don't know why that camera's not working. It should be. Let me refresh it real quick. Oh, well, that camera's down. All right then, fair enough. Camera is... Oh, never mind. There you go. I wonder if we get a better look at it. Nope. Nope. Oh, that's a nice view. A lot of traffic, but you can see that thunderstorm there. A lot of traffic. Let me move that. Sorry, guys. Thunderstorm is the difference. I'm trying to... There you go. There's a sky cam that you guys can see. That is live. Tons of lightning with the storm. This one is the one... Where are all the alarms going off from? I don't get it. It looks like we got 3 storm chasers on this one storm. Looks like one person is going right through it. Well, you're about to get slammed by some torrential downpours. Little hailer here near. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one, special weather statement here for 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail, so enough to blow down trees. That's all you need to know. It's got a hook now. Yeah, broad rotation, not really even there, to be honest. I think this thunderstorm's... Oh, another warning. I think it's just going off because it wants to go off. Oh. Sorry about that camera. I don't know why it keeps on doing that. Oh, nice lightning bolt there. Hmm. You know, I'm not gonna go completely a bust, but the HRR model did not do a great job with this. It was supposed to happen like an hour ago. But anyways, news to be a thunderstorm warning for portions of Plymouth, Kansas, I believe, right? Yeah. Or no, North Dakota for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 50-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Oh yeah, it's developing that hook echo that I had before. There it goes. Okay, we're getting rotation again, right here. It's kind of broad rotation, but we do have some pockets of locally or higher winds. Outside of it, it is gusty as hell. 40 to 42 miles per hour, and inside the storm, upwards of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Crazy. And that's sustained winds. Yep, that's inside the storm. Impressive. That's like right near where the actual tornado would be located, which is interesting. Because usually you'd have the gust front, and then you'd have probably the winds inside of it, obviously, but I I wonder if I can get a different camera. Give me a second. Let me see. All right, let me see if there's any other cameras. Let's see. If it wants to connect. Doesn't. Fair enough. Another warning just came through. Okay. Well, that's not what I want to see. Let's see here. This thing is just crazy. I'll take a look at that in just a second, but there's more warnings going off. I just don't know where they're going off. But one impressive supercell, I gotta say. They're like right next to it. I'd be careful. Oh, it's in the field, probably. Look at that. The rotation's getting stronger again. It's kind of, yeah. Um, Nothing there. Okay. We just have these two random tornado warnings, and then nothing in the actual. Well, actually, it makes sense because actually, the ST the 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 you can see the values are actually highest in this corridor. The values that are more. It's not really getting up here for. It's more healthy down here for the tornadoes, and that, if anything, which is exactly why you're dealing with these tornado warnings and these tornadoes on the ground. This thing is about to go crazy again. It's got that nasty looking hook echo. This is a crazy supercell. They're like right next to it. I don't know why they're right next to it. Broad rotation, however, nothing really there. I think it, but it is an impressive supercell. And there was this other tornado the other night that took a track kind of like this. It's funny how we're not seeing anything in this area so far. Keep an eye on this one, though. Is this one developing a hook echo already? I think this one is developing a hook echo. Never mind. It looked like it was. I can only imagine what this looks like in real life. I cannot. I'm trying to find cameras here. Okay, it's moving. Yeah, it's kind of dissipating now, actually. It's still got the hook and everything like that, but it's kind of dissipating. Okay. I'm gonna keep this. Where is this located? Right near Oolaga. Tulsa. There it is. Okay. Oh, it's developing a hook echo now. Oh my lord. Look at that. That's crazy. And we're getting strong. Okay, rotation is beginning to get stronger again near um this is near Collinsville. And there is I think this is the sign of debris coming down now. We'll see if this expands any further, but that may just be the tornado on the ground. Oh, severe thunderstorm warning issued in portions of Gerard. 60-mile-per-hour gusts and small hail are a possibility. Nothing like a tornado, though. Yeah, it's going to be this line coming through here. This supercell moving through. Expect 60-mile-per-hour gusts and near quarter-size hail. I wonder if I can get a camera near Chelsea. Hmm. I can't really find anything, unfortunately. Look at that supercell. Wow. That is incredible. That is one incredible supercell. Oh, that's not good. Alright, if you're in the, Aluga area, seek shelter immediately. We now have the tightening of the rotation starting to happen. Upwards of, yeah, easily an EF1 tornado, if higher. And, yep, it's back on the ground. Okay. Well, there we go. Impressive supercell. Impressive. That is not good. Very strong rotation on this storm. Very strong rotation. This might just get PDS warned. Yep, that's easily an EF1, if not EF2. Yep, this is gonna probably get PDS tornado warned. Where is this near? What an impressive supercell. It doesn't, wow. Oh, that's not good. It's getting darker now. This is a mile wide now. Possibly an EF1, EF2 tornado. We'll see if it gets PDS warned or not. Looks like we have, do we have two? No, we don't. I don't think so. I wish we had footage here. This is Aluga. Okay, let's see if we can find any cameras, because I would love to see this tornado. Maybe I can get closer. Like Elba? I can't find anything. Oh, it just went. Oh, not even close. Alright, I'm having a hard time finding cameras, but has this gone PDS yet? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Not yet. It's a good sign. Still a tornado warning on this one down in portions of Beggs, Oklahoma. Strong rotation on this one too. It's there we go. So yeah, there has been a confirmed tornado. Some of the cameras just aren't working. Wow. Alright, still not PDS warned, which I'm surprised it's not, because that looked like a pretty big debris signature on it. Rotation is near Elba. Yeah, there's still something on the ground here. It's small, but I'm sure they have footage of it. Well, that's nowhere close. There it is. Is there any cameras up here? Good enough. Wow, the one place they don't have cameras. How convenient. Yeah, unfortunately I can't. There's not a single camera that's near Chelsea, which would be right where this tornado is. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, this tornado warning has now been extended, and it is no longer warned to be on the ground, but I'm sure this thing is going to be able to produce another tornado, without a doubt. Strong rotation is still there. Actually, sorry, my bad. Broad rotation. Yeah. It's off the ground now, but it was on the ground. Seek shelter immediately if you're in this thunderstorm. This is a dangerous one to be in. Looking up towards here, this only has 2 hours to go. Not much spinning up here. Very little. I can see if I can get a camera up in here. We'll see if I can get a camera somewhere. Begs. Oh. Oh, another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Fort Scott for 60-mile-per-hour gusts and quarter-sized hail. This is near Butler, Missouri. Why is there no cameras anywhere? Oh, perfect. Okay, here we go. I have found a camera that is live. Perfect. Look at that camera. It'll shake occasionally, but that's a live camera. The gusty winds are pulling through there. Up to 60 miles per hour. Actually, let's go. That's too far north. Alright, can't find any live, so that's unfortunate. Back to the severe weather coverage. Alright, back to this one. It is radar indicated now. Kind of looks like it's falling apart, honestly. Very disorganized rotation, if anything. Very disorganized rotation. It's hard to tell even where the rotation is. Beggs, got some strong-ish rotation near Daintonville. I don't know why that's up there, but okay. Nothing there. We're gonna get a camera near Mounds. Let's see if we can get one. Alright, continuing on. It looks like these tornadoes are kind of just fading. Oh man, we got some rotating ones up here. Is that rotation? I can't really tell. Yeah, that is. Rotation near Beaver Crossing. This is up in North Dakota. Seek shelter immediately if you're in this warning. Does look like there's some rotation with this thunderstorm. Don't see anything on. Okay, since that doesn't want to work. Just a line of thunderstorms, this would just be damaging winds. This thunderstorm was organized, but now it's disorganized. Oh, I see what's going on. It just kind of just fell apart. Just a lot of broad rotation, not a whole lot there. Nothing on the... This one looks like it just faded. Back down to this one. We have multiple storm chasers on this storm. Let's see about the rotation here. Strong rotation starting to develop here. Near bags is starting to come together. And nothing there on correlation coefficient, so yep. Just a bunch of scattered thunderstorms at this point. Nothing major happenings right now, just there is a few tornado warnings, however. Oh, I can't do that, okay. Oh, I did put it there, okay. Alright, we are the current time is and CST is 7:20 p.m. It is 8:20 p.m. EST and it is 6:20 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for watching. If you have not yet, remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss our upload. We are trying to reach 100 subscribers. It would help me out a bunch if you could subscribe. Thank you. Alright, tornado warning still ongoing. Things have been quite... Okay, that looks like a debris fall to me. Nothing yet, but there are some strong winds. I want to see if we can get a camera near Winchester. Well, we'll see. So hard to find. Okay. See if they've updated the severe weather outlook. They have not. Wait. I think they expanded the 10% risk. Okay, yep, here we go. Here we go. This has been observed now, so if you're in Bixby or anywhere near Winchester, Mounds, or any place like in Oklahoma, remember to seek shelter immediately. This is a confirmed tornado that is on the ground right now. We are looking at winds in excess of 100 miles per hour, so this is easily an EF1 tornado, if not greater. Remember to seek shelter immediately. This is, again, this is the, what is this? All right, where's the actual tornado here? I think that's it. Yeah, it is. All right, your tornado is going to be just west of Winchester. Looks like a little debris ball there. Again, seek shelter immediately. If you have not, this is a tornado on the ground once again. I don't know why this is here. That tornadic thunderstorm is kind of just ripped apart. Nothing has really gotten going up here in portions of the Central Plains, which is quite interesting. But we do have an observed tornado, and there's some small hail falling with the storm as well. This is near Bixby, Oklahoma. If you could subscribe, it would help me a ton. Thank you. All right, I'm going to take a break real quick. As another tornado warning goes off. Well, let's see if it's actually a tornado warning. I don't see anything. All right, I'll be back. Alright, we are back. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Bixby is still under tornado warning, and this one has remained observed. Rotation has gotten broader. So the north, this corner of this severe weather outbreak has not really panned out, but this one has 100%. We've seen at least a couple tornadoes. I would think more would be likely, but um, let's take a look. Oh, let's see. We just got doesn't look to be anything on the ground unless if this is something. That might be something. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to watch that carefully. But things are just not panning out like I thought they would. We are getting this damaging wind line that is going to be approaching. Or it should turn into a damaging wind line, and it's beginning to form that way. Springfield is in the crosshairs of this. This should get here probably within the next couple of hours. Things maybe even sooner than that, just because of how fast this line of thunderstorms is moving. Lots of heavy rain and thunderstorms to go with this. We'll keep I'm going to keep monitoring this tornado warning here. I don't know why it's doing that. I think that might be a tornado on the ground, but I can't say for sure. Okay. Alright, yeah, little damaging wind line going through portions of Westmoreland, Kansas. Let's see what the ARRR model is predicting here. I'd say the ARRR model is doing an okay job, but I was expecting way more than just this. Yeah, things should start to develop. It's not really picking up on the huge line of thunderstorms, which is interesting. But it is there, which it's not really picking up on anything in the let's see what other models we have here that are picking up on this line of thunderstorms. The NAM is doing an okay job, but it could be doing a better job. Let's see. Yeah, the models are having a hard time picking up on it, but the yeah, it's interesting because it's not really picking up on it. None of the models are picking up on the line of thunderstorms we got going on here, which is very interesting. Oh, we might start to get a rotation going again here in Chelsea. It looks like this thunderstorm's starting to organize again. There's a little bit of broad rotation in here. Very broad. Nothing on the ground as far as I can tell, but I would watch that. I don't think it's going to be able to do a whole ton because there's so much more convection around it. But Bixby, I'd watch out. This looks like it could get interesting here in the next couple of hours. Yeah, I think we have rotation starting to develop here near Liberty. This guy will know for sure. Seek shelter immediately if you're in any of these tornado warnings. We are not done with the night yet. I just don't know how much I'm going to go. Yeah, this is okay. I think we're starting to get to the point where, unfortunately, the tornado plan didn't play out for this, but we're getting the developing line of thunderstorms now, and then we're getting this line of thunderstorms. So I think we're at the point where, we're getting these two lines of thunderstorms to develop. But tornado, watch tornado, situation did not really play out here like I thought it would. But that's what happens sometimes. Things don't play out. But how many tornado warnings? I mean, sorry, how many uh reports are we up to now? Let's see. We are up to 11 tornado reports. This tornado warning expires in 8 minutes. I don't see anything happening with this thing, at least looking at radar. Looks just like a bunch of just. I think there might be possibly a wall here, like a wall cloud, but I don't know. Here we go. Near Liberty, there's some rotation here. Trying to develop, anyways. Not much going on, honestly. I wouldn't say this is a bust, but it's okay. They just updated the severe weather outlook. Oh, interesting. They've increased the 10% risk for um all of I'll get the latest outlook out for you guys in a second. Give me 1 minute. I'll get that out for you guys. They've extended the 10% risk, and they've just combined the two. And the damaging wind risk has also been extended, or sorry, never mind. No, it hasn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, let me get you guys the latest outlook. All right, here you guys go. Let's get this out for you guys. Here's the latest outlook. And not much has changed besides the enhanced risk of severe weather. It's been so they've expanded the 10% risk hatched area. They've just combined the two and kind of just stretched it out. They've kind of made it. They've made it kind of from southern Illinois all the way down through portions of Oklahoma, Texas. They've done the same thing with the damaging wind risk as well as the hail risk. Not the hail risk, sorry, damaging wind risk. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with this forecast. However, not mine. Whoops. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought I was unmuted. Alright. The tornado threat did not really play out as it would in this area, but it did play out in this area. And then we got that one random tornado emergency up in portions of Michigan. But expect the damaging wind line to form here, and then another one to form here, and these will continue to move off to the east. This one will move southeast, right behind it. There could be a few isolated tornadoes, but I don't expect a whole lot from what I'm seeing. I can take a look at the cloud cover real quick just to see what we're dealing with. And it's not gonna... There we go. Tons of convection. You can just see it blowing up here. Yeah. That's gonna do it for me tonight. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to stay safe out there as always. We did confirm at least 11 tornadoes reports, or at least today. We are still sitting at 86 subscribers. I really wish that moved to 100 subscribers, but we will eventually get there, on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss our upload. And without further ado, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.